Have you ever felt invisible, even when you're giving your all? Today, I'll reveal 9 psychological strategies that can elevate your presence and make you a priority in any room. Welcome to today's video, where we'll explore the intriguing world of psychological strategies that can elevate your presence and make you a priority in any room. Have you ever walked into a gathering and felt like you were just blending into the background, no matter how hard you tried to engage? I can certainly relate. There was a time when I found myself at a networking event, surrounded by people who seemed to command attention effortlessly. I felt invisible, despite my efforts to contribute to the conversations. It was frustrating and disheartening. But then, I stumbled upon the teachings of Stoicism, which opened my eyes to the idea that our perception of ourselves plays a crucial role in how we are perceived by others. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions, while letting go of the external circumstances that often dictate our feelings of self-worth. This shift in mindset can transform not just how we see ourselves, but how others see us as well. Today, I'm excited to share with you 9 powerful psychological strategies rooted in this philosophy that will help you cultivate a presence that demands attention and respect. So, stay tuned as we embark on this journey to becoming a priority in any social setting. Have you ever been in a room full of people, yet felt completely invisible? It's a common experience many of us face, and it can be incredibly frustrating. You could be sharing your ideas, contributing to conversations, and yet, somehow, it feels like no one is really paying attention to you. This sense of being overlooked can stem from various reasons. Perhaps the loudest voices dominate discussions, or maybe the environment prioritizes charisma over substance. But here's the thing. There are individuals who seem to command attention effortlessly, and there's a reason for that. They've mastered certain psychological strategies that elevate their presence and demand respect. The good news is, you can learn and apply these strategies too. It's not about changing who you are, but rather enhancing your interactions and ensuring that your voice is heard. Today, I want to explore how these feelings of being ignored can be transformed into opportunities for connection and recognition. Together, we'll discover the psychological tools that not only shift the dynamics of your interactions, but also help you become a priority in any social setting. So let's dive deeper into why this happens and how we can take charge of our social presence. Have you ever found yourself in a room full of people, feeling as if you were somehow invisible? It's an experience that many of us can relate to. Despite our best efforts to engage, to share our thoughts, or even to simply be present, there are times when it seems like no one is paying attention. You might notice some individuals effortlessly commanding the room, drawing in the gaze of everyone around them. They seem to have this magnetic quality that makes others want to listen to them, to engage with them, and to prioritize their opinions. But why is that? What is it about certain people that allows them to stand out, while others fade into the background? The good news is, this feeling of being overlooked or undervalued can be transformed. By understanding and applying certain psychological strategies, we can shift the dynamics in our interactions and ensure that we become a priority in our social or professional environments. The challenge we face is not just about how we are perceived by others, but also about how we can take control of our presence in conversations and social settings. We need to ask ourselves, how can we effectively shift these dynamics? How can we ensure that our voices are heard and respected? Today, we will explore 9 powerful psychological strategies that can help us navigate these challenges and elevate our presence in any room we enter. In a world saturated with information and constant connectivity, one of the most powerful psychological strategies you can employ is to cultivate an air of mystery around yourself. Think about it. When we encounter someone who is enigmatic or holds back on revealing everything about themselves, our curiosity is naturally piqued. This principle is deeply rooted in human psychology and has been recognized by thinkers throughout history, particularly the Stoic philosophers, who emphasized authenticity and the importance of knowing oneself. When you maintain an element of intrigue, you invite others to engage with you on a deeper level. It's not about being disingenuous. Rather, it's about being selective in what you share. By doing so, you encourage others to fill in the gaps with their imagination, which can foster a stronger connection. This strategy can be particularly effective in social situations where you may feel overshadowed. Instead of divulging every detail about your life or your opinions, consider holding back some information. This doesn't mean you should be secretive or unapproachable. Instead, share enough to spark interest and then allow others to inquire further. This creates a dynamic where people feel compelled to learn more about you and, in turn, gives you the power to shape the narrative. Remember, the art of mystery can be a tool for creating a lasting impression, ensuring that people see you as a person of depth and intrigue, rather than just another face in the crowd. So next time you find yourself in a social situation, think about what you can hold back and watch how it shifts the dynamics in your favor. Silence can be a powerful tool in communication, often overlooked in our fast-paced, talkative world. Have you ever noticed how a pause can change the dynamic of a conversation? It creates space, builds anticipation, and allows your words to resonate. When you embrace silence strategically, you command more attention and respect from those around you. Imagine you're in a meeting and everyone is eagerly sharing their ideas. Instead of rushing to fill the gaps, take a moment to pause after someone speaks. This not only shows that you're considering their words carefully, but it also encourages others to reflect before jumping in. Silence can also convey confidence. When you speak, and then allow for a moment of silence, it signals that you are comfortable with your thoughts and are not afraid to let them sit for a while. This has the effect of drawing others in, making them curious about what you might say next. In contrast, filling every moment with chatter can dilute your message and make you seem less assured. Furthermore, strategic silence can enhance your persuasive power. When you make a significant point, follow it with a brief silence. This not only gives your audience time to digest what you've just said, but also increases the impact of your message. It's a technique employed by many great speakers. Think of historical figures like Martin Luther King Jr., or contemporary leaders who know the value of a well-placed pause. They understand that silence can be just as impactful as words, if not more so. In personal interactions, practicing silence can also deepen your connections. It shows that you value others' contributions and are genuinely interested in what they have to say. When someone is speaking, resist the urge to interrupt or formulate your response while they're still talking. Instead, let them finish and allow a moment of silence before you respond. This can foster a sense of respect and encourage a more meaningful exchange of ideas. In summary, strategic silence is not about being mute. It's about creating a dynamic where your words carry more weight. By mastering the art of silence, you can elevate your conversations and ensure that your presence is felt, making you a priority in any interaction. Storytelling is one of the most powerful tools at our disposal. It's not just about relaying facts or figures. It's about weaving a narrative that resonates with our audience on an emotional level. Think about it. When you hear a compelling story, your brain lights up, engaging parts that are deeply tied to empathy and understanding. This is why persuasive storytelling is crucial for anyone looking to elevate their presence and influence in social situations. Let's take a moment to consider historical figures who mastered this art. Martin Luther King Jr., for example, didn't just deliver speeches filled with statistics. He told stories that painted vivid pictures of the struggles and triumphs of the civil rights movement. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech is a perfect example of how storytelling can inspire and mobilize people. He shared his vision through relatable narratives that resonated with the experiences of his audience. Now let's break down why storytelling works so effectively. First, it creates connection. When you share a story, you're inviting listeners into your world, making them feel like they're part of the experience. This connection fosters empathy and understanding, which are essential for commanding attention. Second, stories are memorable. Our brains are wired to remember narratives far better than abstract concepts. By framing your ideas within a story, you ensure that your message sticks with your audience long after you've finished speaking. Moreover, storytelling allows for emotional engagement. When people feel something, they are more likely to act. This is where the persuasive element comes into play. By evoking emotions through well-crafted narratives, you can motivate your audience to embrace your ideas, change their perspectives, or even take action. So how can you master this skill? Start by identifying the core message you want to convey. Next, think of personal anecdotes or historical examples that align with this message. Craft your story with a clear beginning, middle, and end, ensuring it has a conflict and resolution. Remember, the key is to keep it relatable and authentic. People can sense when a story is contrived. Lastly, practice your delivery. The way you tell your story matters just as much as the content. Use your voice, body language, and facial expressions to enhance the narrative. Make eye contact and engage with your audience, drawing them into the story. By mastering the art of persuasive storytelling, you'll not only capture attention, but also create a lasting impact that elevates your presence in any setting. Reciprocity is a powerful psychological principle that operates on the fundamental human instinct to return favors and maintain a balance in social exchanges. When you give something of value to someone without expecting anything in return, it creates a sense of goodwill that can significantly enhance your relationships. Think about it. When someone does something nice for you, don't you feel compelled to reciprocate? This natural tendency can be harnessed strategically to elevate your social standing and influence. To illustrate this, let's consider a few examples. Imagine you're in a meeting at work. You might offer to help a colleague with their project, even if there's no immediate benefit for you. This act of kindness not only strengthens your relationship with them, but also positions you as a generous team player. The next time you need support, they are more likely to step up for you because of the goodwill you've established. Moreover, reciprocity can extend beyond simple favors. It can be as subtle as sharing knowledge, providing compliments, or even just being present for someone during challenging times. When you invest in people without strings attached, it enhances your reputation and makes you more memorable. It's important to note that the key to effective reciprocity lies in the sincerity of your actions. If people sense that you're giving only to receive later, your efforts may backfire. Additionally, consider the concept of social currency. When you help someone, you're not just giving them a favor, you're also building your own social capital. This can lead to enhanced opportunities, whether in the form of networking, collaboration, or even personal friendships. People gravitate towards those who uplift them, creating a cycle where your kindness is returned manifold. So, how can you apply this principle effectively? Start small. Look for opportunities in your daily interactions where you can offer support or kindness. It might be as simple as sharing a useful resource, lending a listening ear, or recognizing someone's efforts. Over time, as you consistently demonstrate generosity, you'll find that people begin to prioritize you in their minds. They'll remember the kindness you've shown and will be more inclined to reciprocate, thereby enhancing your presence and influence in their lives. When we talk about prioritizing ourselves, it's essential to understand that self-worth is the foundation of how we interact with the world. Think about it. When you genuinely believe in your value, that confidence radiates outward, influencing how others perceive and treat you. This isn't about being arrogant or self-centered. Rather, it's about recognizing your worth and asserting it in your relationships and interactions. Self-prioritization begins with self-care. Taking time to nurture your physical, emotional, and mental well-being sends a powerful message to yourself and others. You matter. Whether it's through regular exercise, pursuing hobbies, or simply taking time to relax, the act of caring for yourself reinforces your self-esteem. And when you feel good about yourself, you're far less likely to tolerate disrespect or neglect from others. Moreover, prioritizing yourself means setting boundaries. It's crucial to communicate your needs clearly and to stand firm in your decisions. This might mean saying no to requests that drain your energy or divert you from your goals. When you prioritize your time and energy, you signal to others that you are someone worthy of respect and consideration. Additionally, It's important to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Acknowledging your successes helps reinforce your self-worth and encourages you to keep pushing forward. Reflect on your skills and accomplishments regularly. Create a habit of journaling about what you've achieved or the qualities you appreciate in yourself. This practice can help cultivate a mindset of self-affirmation. Ultimately, when you prioritize yourself, you cultivate a magnetic presence that draws others in. They will be more likely to view you as someone who is confident, capable, and deserving of attention and respect. Remember, prioritizing yourself doesn't mean diminishing others. It enhances your relationships and interactions because it fosters mutual respect. When you value yourself, others will follow suit, leading to deeper, more meaningful connections that can transform your social landscape. Listening is often underestimated in our fast-paced world, yet it is one of the most powerful tools for building relationships and establishing respect. When we genuinely listen to others, we convey to them that their thoughts and feelings matter. Active listening is not just about hearing words. It involves engaging fully with the speaker. This means maintaining eye contact, nodding, and responding appropriately to show that you are involved in the conversation. When people feel heard, they are more likely to open up and share more, which deepens the connection. Studies have shown that people are drawn to those who listen attentively. This is because when we listen well, we create an environment of trust and safety. For example, in a professional setting, a manager who listens to their team members fosters a culture where everyone feels valued and encouraged to contribute ideas. This not only boosts morale, but also enhances collaboration and innovation. Moreover, listening can help us avoid misunderstandings. By paying close attention to what someone is saying, we can clarify any uncertainties and respond more thoughtfully. This kind of engagement shows respect for the other person's perspective and helps to build a solid foundation for any relationship, whether personal or professional. It's also important to practice patience during conversations. Often, we may be tempted to jump in and share our thoughts or solutions before the other person has finished speaking. However, holding back and allowing the speaker to express themselves fully can lead to richer dialogues and a more profound understanding of their viewpoint. In conclusion, genuinely listening to others is a crucial psychological strategy that not only enhances your social presence, but also enriches your interactions. By cultivating this skill, you create an atmosphere where others feel valued, respected, and understood, thus elevating your status and influence in any room. So next time you're in a conversation, remember, your ability to listen can turn the tide in your favor, making you a priority in the eyes of others. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with choices and availability, the concept of scarcity becomes a powerful tool in our social interactions. When we think about the things we value most, they are often those that are hard to come by. This principle applies to our presence in social settings as well. When you make yourself less available, people begin to perceive you as more valuable. This idea isn't just a theory, it's backed by psychological research. For example, studies show that when a product is marketed as limited edition, consumers often desire it more. The same concept applies to our social lives. If you are always accessible, people may take your presence for granted. However, by creating a sense of scarcity around your time and energy, you can enhance your perceived worth. This doesn't mean you should play games or manipulate others, but rather that you should be mindful of how often you engage. By strategically choosing when to engage and when to hold back, you can generate curiosity and interest in your presence. Imagine being the person who doesn't always respond immediately, or who takes time for self-care instead of being available 24/7. This creates a mystique around you, prompting others to appreciate your company more because they recognize that it's not always available. This strategy aligns perfectly with the Stoic principle of self-regulation, where you recognize the value of your own time and presence. Remember, it's about quality over quantity. When you practice this, you'll notice that people start to value your time more, leading to stronger connections and a greater sense of respect in your interactions. In this segment, we delve into the profound impact of emotional mastery on social dynamics. Our emotions are powerful forces that can shape our interactions and influence how we are perceived by others. When we learn to control our emotions, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also empower ourselves to navigate complex social landscapes with confidence. First, let's explore why emotional control is crucial. When we react impulsively, our emotions can cloud our judgment, leading to misunderstandings and conflict. Imagine being in a heated discussion and letting anger take over. This can create barriers and potentially alienate others. On the other hand, responding with composure allows us to articulate our thoughts clearly and maintain respect in our interactions. One effective technique to acquire emotional mastery is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to observe our feelings without immediate reaction. By taking a moment to breathe and reflect, we can assess the situation more objectively. For instance, if you find yourself feeling anxious before a presentation, instead of succumbing to that anxiety, take a deep breath and remind yourself of your preparation and strengths. This shift in mindset can significantly alter your emotional response and enhance your performance. Another approach is to use cognitive restructuring, a technique borrowed from cognitive behavioral therapy. This involves identifying negative thoughts and challenging them. For example, if you think, "I'm going to fail," try reframing it to, "I have prepared well, and I will do my best." This simple change can help reduce anxiety and bolster your confidence. Additionally, developing emotional intelligence is a vital component of emotional mastery. Emotional intelligence encompasses self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. By becoming more attuned to your emotions and those of others, you can respond in ways that foster positive connections. For instance, if a friend seems upset, instead of reacting defensively, you can approach them with empathy, asking how you can support them. This not only strengthens your bond, but also positions you as a person of value in their eyes. Lastly, it's essential to understand that emotional mastery is a journey, not a destination. It requires practice and patience. Set aside time each day for reflection or journaling about your emotional experiences. Recognize patterns in your emotional responses and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. As you cultivate this skill, you will notice a shift in how others interact with you. They will respect your composure and seek your presence in their lives. So remember, mastering your emotions is not about suppressing them, but about understanding and managing them. This powerful control can enhance your social interactions, allowing you to command respect and elevate your presence in any room. And as we continue to explore these psychological strategies, keep in mind that emotional mastery is a foundation that supports all the other tools we've discussed. In the realm of personal interactions, one of the most powerful statements you can make is to walk away. This strategy might sound counterintuitive, especially in a world where we often seek validation and acceptance from others. However, understanding and embracing the concept of detachment can significantly enhance your perceived value in social dynamics. When you demonstrate a willingness to walk away, you send a clear message that your time and energy are precious. It shows that you are not desperate for approval or attention, which paradoxically makes you more attractive to others. Imagine being in a conversation where you feel undervalued or disrespected. Instead of clinging to that interaction, consider the strength in stepping back. This doesn't mean that you should be rude or dismissive. Rather, it means asserting your boundaries and recognizing your worth. When you choose to walk away from situations that do not serve you, you prioritize your self-respect and dignity. This act can create an environment where others begin to see you differently. They may start to respect you more, realizing that you have standards and that you won't settle for less than you deserve. Remember, it's not about burning bridges. It's about choosing the right paths that lead to personal growth and genuine connections. This willingness to detach is not a sign of weakness, but rather a demonstration of inner strength and confidence. As you practice this approach, you'll notice a shift in how people respond to you. They will begin to value your presence more because they know that you value yourself. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you feel unappreciated, ask yourself, is this worth my time? If the answer is no, don't hesitate to walk away. Your self-worth is your most valuable asset, and protecting it will ultimately lead to richer and more meaningful relationships. As we wrap up today's discussion, let's take a moment to reflect on the 9 powerful psychological strategies we've explored. Each of these tools offers a unique way to enhance your influence and elevate your presence in social situations. First, we discussed how cultivating an air of mystery can intrigue others and draw them in. Then, we touched on the strategic use of silence, emphasizing its ability to command attention and respect. Next, we explored the art of storytelling, showcasing how sharing relatable narratives can foster connection and empathy. We also looked at the principle of reciprocity, highlighting the importance of giving without expectations, which can create a foundation of goodwill. Remember, prioritizing yourself not only boosts your self-worth, but also alters how others perceive you. Additionally, we underscored the power of genuinely listening, as this fosters trust and respect in your interactions. Moving forward, we examined how creating a sense of scarcity can enhance your perceived value, and discussed the mastery of emotional control, which can significantly impact your social dynamics. Lastly, we concluded with the empowering notion of being willing to walk away, a true indicator of self-worth. Take a moment to reflect on which of these strategies resonate most with you, and how you can implement them in your daily life to ensure you are not just seen, but prioritized. Thank you for joining me today, and remember that every interaction is an opportunity to apply these insights and grow your social influence.